cropping can be used for many things. You can use cropping to remove unwanted areas of an image, or you can use cropping to crop to a specific size for printing. And you do your cropping in the Develop module and click the Crop Overlay tool, which is right below the histogram. And when you click it, you get an overlay on your image. Now I want to remove this corner of the image, so I can just drag down to remove that unwanted corner of the building. I've actually removed a little bit too much, so I'm going to come up so I've got that top window. And when you drag the crop overlay, if you've worked in Photoshop, you're used to dragging the actual overlay itself. In Lightroom, it's just the opposite. You're actually dragging the image and the overlay stays in place. Now notice you've got grid lines on the overlay. This is very convenient when you want to compose according to the rule of thirds. And once you're done, all you need to do is double click to crop. But there's a lot more to the crop tool than that. Okay, I'm going to open the crop tool up again. Suppose I want to print this as an 8 by 10. If I go here under aspect, under as shot, look at what I've got. I've got several presets: 1 to 1, 4 to 5, 8.5 by 11, 5 to 7, and I can create a custom preset as well. So here I am all set to export this image as an 8 by 10. Okay, let's look at a couple of other things. I'm going to pause the lesson here for just a second and select another photo. Now here's an image I created. I was shooting very low, but my horizon line is all skewed because I was hand holding the camera and not looking through the viewfinder. You can also find this problem at the end of the day when you've been working a lot, carrying the camera around, and you don't get your horizon line completely straight. There's a couple of different ways you can deal with this. Select your crop overlay tool, and notice when I move over any of the edges, I've got an icon that looks like two curved arrows. I can drag this, and I've got a nice grid line in the middle. And there, my horizon's fairly straight. Now I'm going to go back and undo this and show you another way to achieve the same thing. If I select the crop overlay tool and click on this angle, now I can drag this across something that is supposed to be vertical or horizontal, like the bottom of this bridge. And just that quickly, I've straightened my horizon line. So let's review the crop dialog box once again. Okay, so I've got another image selected. I'm just going to do a quick review of what you can do with the crop overlay. When I select the crop overlay, and by the way, if you notice, you've got a keyboard shortcut, R. When I select the tool, I get a crop overlay on the image. I can select any of these corners and drag. It constrains the image to the original aspect ratio as the image was shot, as noted right here. And if I select a different aspect ratio from the drop down, the image is automatically cropped to that. Let me go back to the default as shot. Here's my image as shot. Now I'm going to crop this. Suppose I decide I want to crop this vertically instead of horizontally. If I press X, it will change the crop from landscape to portrait, and I can crop the image for a vertical format. I'm going to press R again to select this. Suppose I want to turn this into a panorama, and a panorama aspect ratio is 3 to 1. So if I go over here and I choose Enter Custom and choose 3 to 1, now I've got a 3 to 1 aspect ratio, and I've got my panorama shot. And when I create a custom, it appears on my menu on the bottom. So that, in a nutshell, is the crop overlay tool. You use it to crop images to a specific size or aspect ratio, and you also use it to remove unwanted parts of the image.